I'm gonna drop off the team so I'm not getting in stereo.
Oh, it kicked her out. Awesome. Awesome.
Fantastic.
All right, I'm gonna invite her again. Oh, there she is. Promote to panelist. There we go. Come on.
Almost there. Stay on target.
Why won't it let me? Oh, there she is. Okay. I'm glad we tested. Hey, Angie.
Hey, yeah, I was like, it just keeps going to a different screen.
It's weird. I don't know why they do that. It's like they don't notify us that they pull all of it off. They
Yeah, I
text us,
just
and all of a sudden it's gone.
had to reinstall. I was like, ah.
Ah!
That's just reminded me that sound. And my kids have been listening to Captain Underpants audiobooks. We read them all, but they like to just like listen to them over and over again. And it's in soundorama, and there's lots of screaming and stuff like oh like that. So it sounded just like the one they've been listening to on repeat for the last week.
Oh, what fun.
No, I'm one of the books I've never bought. And I listened to it yesterday, and it was so gross. It was so incredibly gross. I couldn't eat for an hour after.
What is it?
It's like Captain Underpants and the invade and something about the booger boy
Hmm.
something. So it's just a lot of snot and phlegm and
Yeah.
so
I feel
much.
like that's my life right now.
Oh no, really? Are you sick again?
Yeah, no, I'm still sick. I haven't recovered.
Did you get an infection, like a sinus infection?
I don't know. I don't think so. I just this cough and like everything like apparently a lot of people are have had it for weeks
Oh
and
my
I'm
God.
just irritated by it.
Yeah, because you're supposed to get better after a few days,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah,
you're like, what is this
exactly.
lingering crap?
I even like went and took steroids and everything to get rid of this and it's like 3 weeks later, here we are.
Is it improving like a tiny bit every day, or is it
It,
just kind of like
it
now?
is.
Oh, okay.
But then like the weather's been changing like
Mhm.
drastically. So like that
Yeah.
always impacts like the barometer changes or whatever. So I'm like,
Awesome.
not, yeah, not getting a break.
No, I hate the lingering cough thing because it just,
Yes.
you can't do
And
Yeah.
anything. It wakes you up.
Yeah, that one sucks.
Yeah.
well, that's the thing is like when I'm awake, I don't really cough as much, but as soon as I'm asleep, I wake myself up coughing. I'm like,
And
okay.
your body needs rest to get
I
better. You need
know.
to sleep, and you're like, God damn, I'm
Like,
trying.
nope.
Yeah. All right, we've got some attendees rolling in. Go ahead and play this. Come on.
With GSA RateSync.
Can you guys hear that? I hope this makes you guys feel a little bit of nostalgia for October.
Heck yeah.
I
Right?
should have put like a badge on here.
I know.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah, we're getting it right with G.
it's just striking me now.
Federal style, but funky new. Now the system's working for you. Sync it up, let's automate. Yo, you can't outbid no more stress to get better. New compliance, yeah, we're getting it right with G. Federal style, but funky new. Now the system's working for you.
Yo, you can't see it.
Straight up, ain't no more stress
No,
no
you can't.
more.
Oh, there it
Yeah,
is.
we're
Yeah.
growing in compliance. Yeah, we're getting it right with
Oh, see?
GSA Racing.
I love it. Just play it again.
With GSA Racing. Hey, hey, woo.
It's a very catchy song.
I know, I like this one.
It did really good with this one.
Yeah, that really did rock.
Got my per diem shining
It
bright.
allowed you guys
No
to,
more math on a Friday night.
Yep.
'Cause my app's got the groove just right. Hotel million. Do like the numbers shining through. Federal style, but funky new. Now the system's working for you.
Did I click out and it stopped? Yeah, looks like it. That's okay. We can leave it for a sec. We have a couple more minutes. Clint, I'll pass to you.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
This won't be a particularly long demo, but well, walk through the cool stuff it does too.
Yeah, it'll let you where is that? Maybe give opportunity to ask questions while the screen is up. Is it automatically recording? I can't remember. Oh, yes. Play it one more time.
Turn that with GSA RateSync. Hey, hey, woo. Yeah. Yeah. Feeling fine on that red-eye flight. Got my per diem shining bright. No more math on a Friday night, cause my app's got the groove just right. Hotel meal and mileage too, locked in numbers shine.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining today. We are super excited to host this webinar where we get to tell you a little bit more about our GSA RateSync app. So without further ado, I will jump right in.
With GSA RateSync.
Not with that. We listened to that already. With only 30 minutes to get through all the details of this epic novel, we'll do a quick introduction of our key players here from the groove, then a quick overview of what the Built on Workday program is. Then we'll really get through the conundrum that we all have with GSA rates. And I don't know about you, I can't just talk about a problem if there's no solution. So of course, then we'll tell you how this GSA RateSync actually solves those challenges with an intro to features, benefits, and then of course, I'll turn it over for the true story of why you're here. So you'll see it in action as much as you can potentially see an integration. We'll show you some of the cool stuff that you get with this app. And then I'll turn it over and then we'll have time for Q&A at the end there. My name's Noelle McChristian. I am the Director of Strategy and Go-to-Market here at The Groove, so helped sort of build the business case for this particular app. But these two geniuses here are the ones that let me just hang out with them. Clint Harwood was the architect of this app, and Angie Bonini is the lead developer. So many of you have heard this term built on Workday coming from the marketplace, whether it's from Workday's announcements, other partners, maybe community. But let's really get a quick alignment around what's happening so you can get a good feel of what the GSA RateSync app will actually do if you decide to purchase it. The GSA RateSync is a built on Workday app itself. You may also see it called BOW. These are pre-built apps. They're built solely by Workday partners, and they're distributed by Workday. So built by partners, we push them through to Workday, then Workday distributes them through a framework called the App Distribution Framework. So what happens is you subscribe to the app, you get to use all that functionality, but you don't need any implementation or deployment services with that app. Once you subscribe, the app becomes available for you to install in your tenants, and you get to use it just like you would any other feature or functionality or Workday product in your native environments. It looks and feels exactly like a part of Workday because it is. So the purpose of these apps is that they extend the Workday delivered features and functionality without Workday core product having to actually build those into the baseline product. So they usually always solve for a specific use case, a business challenge you guys are dealing with without the need for you to build something bespoke just within your tenants to maintain. The apps themselves are built using the Workday Extend framework. They run inside your tenants using your security. We as partners don't get access to your tenants. So even if you subscribe to this, we don't see how you're using it. We don't see your data. And we don't automatically have access into any of the environments where you have this installed. What we do own is just the baseline code of the app. And the best news is with Built on Workday, just because we build it in Workday Extend doesn't mean you have to own Workday Extend. You get to use this without ownership of the Workday Extend SKU. All right, let's jump into the problem. So this is probably one of those slides where it's safe to say, if you know, you know. If it's been your job to update these tables each time a change is required, you understand the painstaking process it takes to map all the GSA data to your Workday tenant data and then load them each time they change throughout the year. And for some locations, that could be up to 5 times annually. For the US alone, that's 18 rate tables across 298 cities. And you can never reuse the same data twice, right? And it must be done on time with each date mapped to the GSA dates for when those rates change. It's definitely not in the genre of fairy tale or rom-com or a comedy. This is a nonfiction that feels a little bit more like a horror story. So we can turn that page and flip the script on this necessary evil. The GSA RateSync app takes all that effort and it comes in on its valiant steed as your knight in shining armor and automating it all. This app is directly synced with the GSA rates and loads all your updates at once annually. So no more updating multiple times a year, no more manual mapping and errors. It's direct from source to table. A quick initial setup of this leaves you breathing easy and living that happily ever after, at least as far as GSA audits are concerned. All right, so what's the benefit of this? Do you need to talk, do you need some, if you need some talking points to convince your leadership to invest in this app, there's no problem. We've got you covered. This saves 80 hours a year. So grab the hourly rate of a person who does this, and it could save you up to $7,200 a year in staff alone. There's also the cost of the risk associated with an error or failed audit, and that could really add up. So remediation could cost anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000, not including the ultimate loss of potentially losing your funding eligibility for not complying. And of course, when you realize there's an error before the auditors do, and you have to clean up and backdate dates and all of that kind of stuff, with this app, because it's all automated and it happens on time, and there's no need for you to check to do this by a certain date, you really eliminate that risk of errors and therefore eliminate the need for rework. All right, enough of me talking. Let's jump in. I'm going to pass it off to Clint to give you guys a demo, see what this looks like. Clint, take it away.
Alrighty, let me share a screen like in any good rom-com. Come on, Zoom, you can do it. There we are. Can you see
Suspense.
my screen on the GSA per diem
Yes.
API? Awesome.
Maybe zoom in a
Chat
little
up.
bit. There we
There
go.
we go.
So let me start off with the source. Go back to the beginning. That's what Vincini said. So we've gone back to the beginning. What we're doing is we're taking the rates that are published by the General Services Administration. So we take the rates from here. Technically, we actually take them from this page, but it's the same data taken from the same place. And you'll find that these tend to get published somewhere about August every year. July, August tends to be when these come out. So this is the time you'll only be thinking about, hey, we need to get this in. We need to really get these up and in place. And what we do is we take this data from the government website directly. So you don't need to worry about how do I go find this data? Where is this page? How do we get there? We handle all that. We take all of that when we load from the app, distribution framework, you're going to get an integration. So here's what an integration actually looks like. Let me just pull up the integration system. So you can see what the integration system looks like. We built this in orchestration. The latest and greatest Workday development tools. Here's the actual integration system that it runs. And when we run it, it looks about like this. As you can see, it runs pretty fast, runs in a couple of minutes. There's a bunch of messages just letting you know what all it's doing. And we'll explore a little bit on what that actually happens. I know, desperate excitement. Like, what's it going to do? What's it going to do? Well, obviously, it's going to create expense rate tables. So it's going to create these expense rate tables for you. You don't need to come in here and modify them at all. They're just there and ready for you to use. You run this thing once, it runs and creates all of the effective dated items for starting in 1031, which tends to be when the GSA rates start. So they start on a October 31 date, and then it runs all the dates all the way through to 9/1 the next year. So it creates all those tables for you. each one of those tables that it's created, each one of those effective date monthly tables is got like 290 items. This is CONUS. CONUS is an extra thing if you're looking for outside the continental United States. Let us know. We're interested in doing that too, but we just didn't want to load all of that data if we didn't have to. So let us know if that's of interest to you. And what this does is this is going to load up all the rates as specified by the GSA. Let me zoom that in a bit. One for each one of the organizations and each one of the locations. And there's something kind of cool with the locations. Specifically, what happens with those locations is if you've already set them up, we don't get rid of yours. We still have yours. We're going to use your location. If you've set up those locations already, we use your location hierarchy. But if you haven't, we create them for you. So you don't even need to create the location. So if you're just about to go live and you're like, do I really want to create 298 cities? Don't worry, just get this and we'll run it. It makes it all go away. Quick, easy. How do you go wrong with that? Now, I'm just showing the lodging table here. You'll notice that it's going to create all the rest of the incidental tables as well. So dinner adjustments, first and last day adjustments, incidentals adjustments, lodging, lunch, all that stuff, that's all built for you as well. So we built all those tables and we build all those tables month by month. So every one of these is effective dated. It's all there and right at the very beginning. So you come in whenever the GSA publishes the next year, you run the integration, hit the button, do your testing, and you're good to go. Actually,
Just a fun call out. The minute and 17 seconds was creating all of those cities brand new in the tenant. So year after year, it will be significantly decreased because those cities will already be there.
yeah.
So 80 hours to anywhere
Minute and
a
17
minute under.
seconds.
Yeah, at the longest.
Does anyone have any questions? Is there anything that you wanted to chat about? Anything you wanted to see? Anything you want me to zoom in on? Feel free to jump into chat. Pop open the webinar chat.
Yeah, this is our demo and pretty much the end. We save time for Q&A here. But because it's an integration, it's there's not a ton to display other than what Clint has shown here, which is again running it one time. Once this is installs, the integration is there. I think you do a little bit of integration security setup, which we provide you documentation for,
Yeah.
and then it's there, and you don't have to come in and update it every year. You just have to run it once a year whenever you're ready.
So there's the Workday account for it. And it really just needs enough access to be able to load up those rate tables. Pretty standard integration system user.
And as Clint mentioned, if you're looking for the OCONUS rates as well, we're looking for design partners for that. I think there's 116 or something countries, and we're not sure if it's worthwhile to build them all out or if it's better to just maybe start with a core. And so as a design partner, that's something that we would be interested in hearing from you. You'd be able to use the app at a discount for participating in that. So yeah, any questions? Okay, I can share my screen, Clint, over here.
Yeah, let me take this.
So if you want to take some time to digest this, feel free to take a screenshot. This QR code will take you straight to our listing on the Workday Marketplace. You could purchase it directly from the Workday Marketplace. You can inquire more. We can set up an individual one-on-one time if you need to bring other folks in, if you have additional questions and you just don't want to ask them here. Please feel free to put in a request on the Marketplace. And that's all we had for you today. I wanted to make sure you had a live demo and a chance for you to ask questions to see how it really looks and feels. It is part of Workday. It's just a pre-built integration that runs and updates automatically for you. And then one of the other benefits is that if there's any changes to those APIs and things like that that Clint was showing, we take responsibility for making those updates. So it's not something you have to keep your eye on. You'll automatically get pushed those updates anytime we make enhancements to the application. Here on this last slide, we have other marketplace apps, so you can feel free to visit that. We'll make sure to send out the recording once it's ready. But we appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, everyone.